don't know if any of you have ever had this problem before, but I have done some pretty simple multicam projects in the past and had trouble synchronizing my audio and video and all my tracks together into a multicam. So this video is going to be more poised for the people who already kind of know how to do a multicam project. So if you're here to learn how to do multicam, it's probably not the place to learn, although you probably could figure it out by what I'm doing. I just wanted to show you something that was giving me a hard time, and I finally figured it out. Okay, so I have made a recording, and I'm going to start importing my project footage into my computer, and we're going to make some notes as things go by. I just stuck in an SD card, and let's see here. So we got this one here. This is the footage of the top-down camera. This is Panasonic Lumix, and this is labeled P1280547. I'm going to copy the files onto the computer, do nothing to them, and just import selected. And as you can see over here, this POD0020, that's the audio file that came off of my Rodecaster, which I had to go ahead and pre-import because I'm on the Rodecaster now recording, so I couldn't really utilize the device. The import's finished. The file is there. Everything looks cool. So I'm going to pull that card out and get the other card. This is kind of basic stuff, so bear with me. I'm just setting up the process. I put in the other card, and this is my front camera. Oh boy, that's terrible. I should have put a hat on. Anyway, copy files to library, import selected. Now I have P101, P128, POD, and normally what you can do is grab these three files, right click or two finger touch on the keypad, and do new multicam clip. And what it's doing is it's angle assembly. You notice here it says camera name. Well, that'll be important in a minute. Hopefully this doesn't work so I can demonstrate the problem I'm having. So this says untitled multicam clip. I'm just going to rename that to multicam just because I just don't like untitled anything. Okay, so we have a multicam clip here, and if you view hey, it's a multi-clam. If you view the multi-cam angles, you'll see that there's a Lumix angle, and you'll see that the first camera angle, which is my head on, and my second camera angle happen sequentially, which threw me off for a while. I was like, what in the heck? Because synchronizing clips by audio waveform seems to work so well. I was like, how can Final Cut fall down so hard at this point and not work? So the other unknown camera angle is going to be the audio file from the Rodecaster Pro. All right, so I'm going to delete this multicam clip, and you can see the problem, right? If you take this file and you drop it down in the timeline, you can see that I only have one angle here, and there's nothing to cut to and from. But if you double click this file, the actual arrangement of this file is one after the other. You see here it goes from one to the other, which is not the way it's supposed to be. They should actually be lined up. So in theory, I should be able to take this one and line it up with the other ones and then have three stacked on top of each other. And you can see here the audio for the first angle and the audio waveform synced up just fine. You can see the waveform here matches. But for some reason, it just didn't want to work. And it took me a little bit to figure it out. It's not like I figured anything out. It's just something I didn't know. So if you look over here on the right and you go to information, look at what the camera name is called. It's called Lumix. Now you go to the other video file, and lo and behold, it's called Lumix. Well, when you create a multicam and you say new multicam clip, it says assembly by camera name. Well, it's the same camera name. So it's thinking it's the same camera being used for one angle. Even though it's trying to synchronize to the waveform, it's predominantly giving priority to the camera name. So what we're going to do, instead of keep making clips we don't need, let me just delete that clip, move to trash. Let's clear out the multicam so we don't get confused. We're going to just name one of them, or we can name both of them if you want. We could just say, we'll just call it angle 1, which is the straight on angle. Okay, hit enter, and then you go over here and We'll call it top down, since it's the top down angle. Hit enter. Now check it out. Go here. Since they're named different camera angles now, it should work. New multicam, camera name, and we'll call this fixed multicam. Okay. Hit OK. And now it's really fast, and you'll notice something happened right away. We have 3 angles. So what you do is you just take this, pull it down here, Shift Z. I'm going to cut off the fat. Hopefully, there we go. And you can see here, if we double click, now all 3 files are lined up by the waveform and everything is right and good. So you just go into your multicam and you can start moving things along, and you can just start cutting back and forth to different angles. You can cut as you play. You can do all kinds of cool stuff. So you can see here it goes angle 1, angle 2, angle 1, angle 2. That's it. So when you're importing files by similar cameras and the camera names are coming up the same and you're not getting an appropriate multicam alignment, rename all your cameras and name them something that makes sense. Forward facing cam, top down cam, side angle camera B, and then you'll have reference points and know what you're cutting between. So yeah, the multicam function on Final Cut Pro is really powerful, but can be very frustrating if you don't know what you're doing like me. But I thought that tip might help other people. Wanted to share that this morning before I go to work. You guys have a great day. Thanks for coming to Tech Wake, and I'll talk to you soon. Later.